Sustainability and following sustainable practices are becoming an increasingly important consideration in everything we do in society. This also applies to the way that we look at investments. Environmental, social, and governance factors, referred to collectively as ESG factors, have been an urgent focus for investors over the last several years. While ESG factors have historically not been as closely evaluated compared to traditional financial metrics, there is now a growing recognition that ESG can have a significant impact on the outlook and long-term prospects of a company. For many, when they hear that an investment product or manager is focused on ESG, they think that the strategy is focused solely on environmental issues like climate change, pollution, or carbon emissions. While these are key issues, they are only part of a broader set of considerations, and social and governance factors are just as important. The social component looks at things like how companies manage human rights and working conditions in their day-to-day operations, diversity and inclusion of their workforce, and how the company interacts with and supports their local communities. Governance is another important component that looks at issues like how CEOs and executives are compensated and incentivized, and how all aspects of different business risks are being managed at a company level. All of these factors are important when investing, which is why our investment teams at Guardian Capital consider the effects of these ESG issues throughout the analysis and decision-making processes. This means determining a company's ability to manage the risks and opportunities arising from different ESG factors and understanding how their business model can contribute to a more prosperous world for all. Guardian Capital is also committed to using our influence as an investment manager to engage with investee companies to learn how they're tackling relevant ESG issues and, if necessary, to persuade companies to adopt more sustainable practices and processes. Ultimately, we do all this not only because we believe it's the right thing to do, but because we believe that business organizations that engage in sustainable practices are better positioned to deliver sustainable growth over the long term.
Guardian Capital's lineup of sustainable funds are designed as easy-to-use investment solutions that are rooted in our responsible investing philosophy. Each fund incorporates sustainability considerations throughout every level of our three-step investment process. First, our underlying portfolio managers apply a variety of ESG screening and evaluation criteria in order to determine the ESG risks and opportunities of each prospective investment. This helps to ensure that our holdings are better aligned with our responsible investing standards and that we're more likely to be including industry leaders with regard to ESG concerns and issues within our portfolios. Second, we rely on independent sustainability rating organizations in order to help us score each of the underlying funds we use to construct the portfolios. Finally, as signatories of the UN Principles for Responsible Investment, we're committed to engaging with the companies and funds that we invest with in order to continually work towards solutions to the many ESG challenges that we face. It's also important to note that the sustainable funds were not only designed to address investor concerns surrounding responsible investing. At Guardian Capital, we take an institutional approach to asset allocation that aims to drive risk-adjusted returns through the market cycle. Similar to the many global pension plans and endowments that you're likely familiar with, we include allocations to a range of different and diversifying asset classes, such as global real estate and infrastructure, as well as integrate a variety of investment tools and factors intended to reduce risk and generate enhanced levels of income. Thematic assets, such as those focused on clean energy and green bonds, also improve overall alignment with our ESG aspirations. These 6 ready-made portfolios offer a full suite of options to best suit your personal tolerance for risk and time horizon, and were constructed to provide you with modern investment solutions delivering broad diversification across asset classes, countries, investment styles, and themes, all within a simple and convenient package.
The sustainable funds are multi-asset solutions that aim to achieve their investment objectives primarily through investment in other Guardian Capital mutual funds and ETFs and/or third-party mutual funds and ETFs, the underlying funds. Guardian Capital LP is a signatory of the United Nations-supported Principles of Responsible Investment, UNPRI. The UNPRI does not prescribe the exclusion of any particular type of company or industry. Rather, it requires that, as the manager, we are informed on the ESG issues and that we are comfortable with the activities and practices of the companies that we invest in. Our responsible investing policies are publicly available on our website at guardiancapital.com/investment solutions/responsible-investing. Responsible investing is an approach to investing that incorporates ESG considerations into investment decisions. This approach may incorporate considerations beyond traditional financial information into the investment selection process, which could result in investment performance deviating from other products with comparable objectives or from broad market benchmarks. Guardian Sustainable Funds and GEM pools have ESG-related investment objectives, while other Guardian mutual funds and ETFs do not have ESG-related investment objectives. All Guardian funds integrate ESG considerations into the investment analysis of all holdings within their respective portfolio. A fund's ESG characteristics and performance may change from time to time. Please review the fund's prospectus for details on how the fund's investment strategy incorporates responsible investing considerations and the associated risks, and consult your financial professional prior to investing. Please read the fund facts or prospectus before investing. Important information about each sustainable fund is contained in the fund facts and prospectus. Commissions, trailing commissions, management fees, and expenses all may be associated with investments in mutual funds. Mutual funds are not guaranteed. Their values change frequently and past performance may not be repeated. The sustainable funds are sponsored by Guardian Capital LP and are only qualified for sale in certain provinces and territories of Canada. Guardian Capital LP is the manager of the sustainable funds. Guardian Capital LP is a wholly owned subsidiary of Guardian Capital Group Limited, GCGL, and the successor to its original investment management business. GCGL is a publicly traded firm, the shares of which are listed on the Toronto Stock Exchange. For further information on Guardian Capital LP or its affiliates, please visit guardiancapital.com. Guardian Capital, and the Guardian Griffin design are trademarks of Guardian Capital Group Limited, registered in Canada and are used under license.